My name is Jamin Gurker. I'm your first friend in Alaska, and luckily for you, I'm also an associate real estate broker in South Central Alaska. And today we're going to be talking about the unexpected perks of living in Alaska. We all know about the parts about living in Alaska, the beauty and everything that everyone just really loves. That's what makes it really a destination in and of itself, and really a bucket list item for a lot of people. But let's talk about some of the unexpected benefits of living in Alaska. Before we do that though, as always, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and let's go and jump into today's video. You know, right off the bat, I think one of the biggest benefits of living in Alaska is during the summertime. Obviously, it's incredible, it's beautiful. I work in real estate. You really do work some long hours during the summertime because this is when everyone wants to buy and sell and move and all that, because the weather's nice and it's not icy. And so there's a lot to be done. For me, I'll get off work usually around like 7 o'clock or something like that, and it can be a little bit later. And most other places, they would just be like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going home, but it's Alaska, it's 7 o'clock, and the sun still looks like it's like noon. So let's go for a hike. And you can actually just, go and, do whatever outdoor activity you want to do. And usually you're going to be just fine because the sunlight pretty much does not go down during the summertime up here in Alaska. I've had so many times where had the sun not been, up for the entire adventure that I went on, I would have been in big trouble. But, it's Alaska in the summertime, so I had sunlight. Completely different story had I not had the sunlight, though. Another big benefit of living up here in Alaska is the air quality is just so much better. And this is something where I can really feel it when I'm in Alaska and I go somewhere else. Like, it can almost immediately just feel like, oh shoot, like something about this air is just not the same. It's not as clean as what it is up in Alaska. And you kind of become a little bit of a snob after a while. So if you're someone that needs to have cleaner air, Alaska is going to be a great option for you. One of the unexpected perks of the winter time, if you're up here in Alaska, is that you have like a built-in freezer or refrigerator just by throwing stuff out your front door. And I mean, you've got tons of snow and all that, and you just put that stuff out there and it's usually going to be just fine, unless there's like some freak thaw like in January or something like that. You should be just fine. So that's a great benefit to have when you have a lot of food for a short period of time. Obviously, you don't want to have your entire refrigerator content spread all over your front lawn for weeks on end, but it's nice in a pinch. One of the bucket list items for a lot of people is they want to see the northern lights, and they'll spend a lot of money to come to Alaska during the winter time. They might go get some kind of a tour up in Fairbanks so they can go get their best chance of seeing the northern lights. If you live up here, even in South Central Alaska, you are probably going to see the northern lights for free at least once while you're here. So that's one of the huge benefits of living up here. You do get to just get the boots on the ground a whole lot more than anyone else who's just visiting. So your odds of seeing the northern lights, unless you are trying not to see them, is just astronomical. Another one of the big benefits of being up here, kind of specifically during the wintertime, is you get to see a lot of Alaskans dealing with cabin fever in a lot of different ways. And some of the activities you can come up with are pretty dadgum creative. I think it's called ski jording, if I recall correctly. That might not be it, but it's essentially where they get like ice skates, and then they've got like some kind of like a parasail or some kind of a parachute or something like that, and then they just wait for a big gust of wind and off they go. There's a lot of activities like that where it's just kind of born of cabin fever, people just trying to get out and do something, just anything during the wintertime. And it is definitely one of the perks up here of having a lot of time to think this stuff up during the wintertime. And it's very entertaining when you can see what everyone has come up with. I saw something just decades ago when I was here, like somebody created, I think it was like a 80-foot tall like ice fountain. He had like this sprinkler, and in his yard he'd have it bubble up, and then it froze, and then he took a pipe and just got back down to the sprinkler, turned it back on, water went up past the pipe, and he just kept leveling it up like that till it was about 80 feet worth of ice tower in this guy's lawn. Your guess is as good as mine how that probably turned out in the springtime when all that water started to melt, but I'm sure it was entertaining and engaging during the winter time. Now, let's go ahead and take a break real quick. For those of you who've been watching for a little bit, you do know that I host a podcast called the Alaskan Journey Podcast for people where I talk with people who've recently moved up here and get them to kind of share their experience, what it's like living up here, what they like about Alaska, what they don't like, and you really get that authentic perspective of what it's like living on the last frontier. Also, and this is something I've needed to say more frequently recently, and that is that my main bread and butter comes from helping people buy and sell real estate. And you will see a lot of content from me. I'm very strategic in how I go about doing that to make sure that I have enough time to help people buy and sell their real estate. So I guess really what I'm trying to say is if you're looking to make a move up here, don't think that I'm too busy to help you, okay? Reach out to me. I've always got time for people who are looking to make the move up here and would love to help. Okay, got that out of the way. Let's go and finish up today's video. One really nice thing about living in Alaska is that events that are usually nighttime things in the lower 48, like the Super Bowl, election nights, stuff like that, are usually going to be like afternoon activities for you because there's like a 4-hour difference between the East Coast to Alaska. And that can definitely be a perk. Now that can be a downside when you have like a early morning Zoom conversation, like somebody wants to meet at like 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And, hey, that's like, 5 a.m. Alaska time. So there's definitely a downside to that. But for the most part, it's a perk. This is a little known fact, but Alaska does in fact get the fall season up here. It's not quite like the Northeast, but it's still dadgum beautiful. Like, really do love the fall colors up here. It's really hard to find somewhere else that does a whole lot better for the fall colors than up here in Alaska. Now, fall season is a little shorter than what I would want it to be. Usually we're lucky if we can get a month, but still, I will take it. It's better than nothing. For the financially conscious people out there, you're really going to love this one, and that is that there is no state income tax in Alaska. So there are a number of states in the U.S. where you don't have to pay any income tax, and Alaska is one of them. So if you're looking for some place where you can go where you're not going to have to pay extra taxes, Alaska is definitely the place that you should consider. All right, last but not least, and that is that you can find monster vegetables in Alaska. That is correct. Just all the sunlight we have, this is the place where you can get like 50-pound cabbages, and you can get like some absolutely monster vegetables up here, like the lettuce, the cabbage, the broccoli, all that stuff up here. They come in like these huge sizes up here. They actually have like their own like little community, and if that's really what you're into, go for it. I've been told eating that actual produce is doesn't really taste very good, but it's still incredible, looks great and everything. And where else are you going to be able to get a 50-pound cabbage? So this has been your video talking about the best unexpected perks about living up here in Alaska. I hope it's been useful. Give this video a like and share it out there, and we'll see you next time.